veteran guardians and new light players. This is Delta 115 bringing you guys a new Destiny 2 video. Today is week 5 of season 21, Season of the Deep, and we're going to continue in the next few steps for the Into the Depths quest. Without further ado, let's go start. First step is to head to the sonar station.
Ah, I see you. You see me too? Ha, good, good. Then it is all working. You, me, this projector. Even if we sometimes falter. There is a war building in Sloane's eyes. One that Xivu Arath will exploit, as she did with Osiris. Savathun wore his face, but it was Xivu Arath who took his light. Her whips drove him into a frenzy, lured him into danger, forced Sagira's sacrifice, and left him to die. Now she twists my thoughts into thorns, draws out the faces of the suffering Elixni into my dreams. She whispers that I took pleasure in their pain. I see their eyes as they died by my hands, and they see me. She does not lie. She challenges what you hold as a strength. Osiris's ambition, my protection, Sloane's duty. I have felt how the right word, the right face, can incite one to violence. But I have changed. What she has taken, it will not break me. Sloane is no warrior of glass, but the war within her. Even stone crumbles under enough strife. Stay with her, Guardian, as I should have with Osiris. We must offer her what support we are able, even if she does not want it.
Alright, feel free to pause the video if you want to read this dialogue that Saint 14 has spoken to us, but for now, I'm going to accept this. Oh, it looks like, we got, another step for the holo projector. Hang on. I'm gonna back it a little bit. Oh, okay, so there's no projector of Drifter speaking to us, but let's read what he has. The screen illuminates, revealing an encoded message that unscrambles itself as the projector recognizes your credentials. It reads, "This on? Start recording? Oh, it is. Okay. Hey, hero." Clears throat. "Hey, hero. You dreaded up some mighty fine scrap for me. Pyramid tech that all those rotbags could get their hands on. And I hammered that black gold into shape. Now my rig's running smoother than liquid methane. Sloane and the Long Girl, their special link is pretty strong, thanks to you and me, but it's missing something to bridge the gap between the big old worm and our little old lady Thunderguns, respectfully. Seeing as how you're always in a mood to do favors, how about one more? I need something. Under the table. We need a little something out of both worlds. You dig? One of those traitor ghosts, the bad ones, the hive ones. Scrap 'em and bring me the fragments. Savvy's throne world is chock full of them, but I got one in mind. Details will hit you soon." So, our next step is to speak to Hawthorne. Wow. So I guess it's more talking than action. Okay, we'll head to Hawthorne at the tower. Alright guys, we're at the tower in the bazaar area, so let's go and speak to Hawthorne.
Guardian, hello.
Hello, Sloane. I mean, Hawthorne. Why did I say Sloane? What do we got? Fishing rally. Okay, this is something new. Okay, you know what? I will... I think I'll take this later. Or maybe not. Okay. I am so confused.
Bye. And what can I do for you?
I guess this is part of it, I guess. Hawthorne mutters something to herself and shakes her head. Look, I'm not going to pretend I understand why Southampton has fish on her throne world or what could cause them to swarm. What I do know is that any unusual activity in that place is worth investigating. Take your bait and rod and see what you can fish up. Just be careful you don't get pulled under yourself. Okay. So we pick up this quest for some reason and it moves on to a next step. Okay. So confusing. What do we need to do? I guess this quest is not relevant. It was just access to get to the next step, which is weird. Our next step after that is defeat Hathrick, the glass weird, in the extraction lost sector in Savathun's throne world. Where's that under in Savathun's throne world? Where? Oh, in the miasma area. Okay. Alright guys, I'm at Savathun's throne world and I did make a mistake. It turns out it wasn't the miasma area, it was because of this fishing rally quest. So the actual step further into the depths is actually here. We're supposed to go to the Quagmire lost sector to defeat our target. So yeah, my mistake. I mean, to be fairly honest, they both have the same icon, so I couldn't tell. So I'm gonna go into the lost sector, kill some ads, and kill our target. Oh, there's one more thing I forgot to tell you, ladies and gentlemen. The new finisher for this season. Watch. Haha! I just killed him with a harpoon gun. That's what it is. Want to see it again? Let me go find a person I can finish. Oh, this guy. Launch! This is a really fun finisher. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna try one more time. Launch! Just imagine me saying launch every time I use this finisher. Launch! Go. Go. Got it. Now that we got the ghost fragments, we can return back to the helm. Alright guys, we are back at the helm. Let's go and talk to Sloane. Through the portal. Alright. Now that we got the requirements for Drifter to modify this rig, let's see if it works.
Our minds are one, linked by the darkness. but only for a moment. I must borrow Sloane's voice to speak my words. Please, heed them well.
Oh, it's a cutscene.
Before you can confront the witness,
Who are these
you
people?
must understand it. The witness's first victims were once like you,
Oh,
struggling for survival, bolstered
they're
by
just like
hope,
they're just people like different
until their
species,
hopes
but
became
they're just like
reality.
us, surviving, and they're
They
staring
called
at a
it
dome.
the Gardener,
Wait
their
a minute, that's
deity
not a
of
dome.
life.
That's the
It
traveler.
ushered them into a golden age.
Oh,
For eons, they prospered.
and I
But
see
their
many
newfound
people are
god
building
never
their
spoke
cities
to them. It
Just like,
lavished them with gifts,
the last city.
but not with guidance. And though they lived in paradise,
I see
they
a pyramid
came to
ship.
crave a greater
The traveler
purpose.
gave them pyramid ships?
They desired meaning, structure, a winnower, to shape the garden.
Okay.
Their scholars discovered that the Gardener shared a connection with another entity among the stars.
Oh, there's the veil.
They called it the Veil. And when they found it, they arrived to
Oh yeah,
claim
that's
it.
right. They
They
claimed
already knew much
and
about
then
the
the
light,
veil was hidden.
how it could bend the
Because
laws of
Savage
the
killed
universe and
They
create
hid it
life.
from
But they came to realize that it could bring ruin just as easily. The cosmic events it set in motion could wipe out entire civilizations in a heartbeat, without reason. And so they saw the light, not as a source of prosperity, but of unfettered chaos.
They saw
By
something
studying the veil,
in the traveler
they
more
came
than
to
just
know
light.
the darkness. A power that was shaped by thought and consciousness. And in the
The
darkness,
pyramid statue.
they found the means to carve away the chaos of existence, to calcify it into a final shape,
I don't think it's going to show the
eternal,
shape.
and perfected. They brought the veil back to the
Forcing
Gardener
the veil
in
on
an
the
attempt
traveler.
to strengthen their connection. There, they could reshape reality itself.
Oh, they were making
The
a portal
Gardener
just
would
like
not
I saw
allow
earlier.
it. And so it fled their world.
So that's why.
But they would not be
What the hell?
deterred. Having
Are those
witnessed the
dead
truth
bodies?
in the darkness, they used its binding power to merge themselves
No.
into the salvation they craved.
No way.
Thus began the Witness's pursuit. Its campaign to impose meaning on a meaningless universe. One that is nearly at its end.
So all those people that just killed themselves, they ended up as the witness? Wow. Just wow. Holy shit. What the hell? Oh, that changed everything. That absolutely changed everything. So, hold on, let me get this straight. So, what we just saw in the cutscene. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. So basically, the witness is actually not one being, but actually a being turned into a huge population? So basically, the witness is just people, a whole civilization struggling to survive. And then they found the traveler. They built their city, which was pyramid tech, which is their technology. And then, oh my lord, then they were trying to find a better purpose. Oh my god, that's what it was. Purpose was their greed. So they found the veil, claimed it, and by studying the veil, they learned the darkness. And then they use it to open a portal, which we're seeing right now, outside this view. But the traveler won't allow it, fled, and then the people turn into the witness. Oh my god, that is twisted. I don't know if it makes sense, but like, oh, that's a lot for me to process. The witness is actually a civilization of people. Oh my lord. So that would explain all these voices and multiple faces appearing out of his head. Jeez Louise.
Well, now we've heard what Ahsa had to tell us. We know our enemy better than ever. To think that it all started with the need for purpose. How that need became an obsession. What bothers me most is how much I understand it. This mission, it's my purpose, my reason for being, my guiding light. Without it, I'm lost. I don't know who I am or what I'm supposed to do. And that lack of direction, it's harder to face than 1,000 battles. I felt the same about my previous mission when I held the line on Titan. And if I'm being honest, it feels like I failed. I survived, but for what reason? What was it all meant to achieve? The only answer I've found is to learn what Ahsa knows. If I can do that, it will all have been worth it. Our link ended before Ahsa could explain how to get through the portal. The bond took its toll. But we'll both be ready again soon. When that time has come and gone, then I can feel like I accomplished the mission.
Alright, feel free to pause the video if you want to read the dialogue that Sloane has spoken to us, but for now, I'm going to pick up my reward. And week 5 of this quest is complete. Right then, before let's just say, before I wrap up this video, there's a message that is available every reset, so I'm going to mute my mic and let you guys hear the message.
You never did tell me why you trust the Nine so much.
Oh, I don't. Not even a little. I trust Orin.
Orin.
Long story. The short of it is, I may have had a feeling or two for somebody a long time ago. Somebody that lost themselves along the way. But there's a little piece of her still out there. A sliver. Who still has a feeling or two for the somebody I could be. So I trust her. Because she ain't never steered me wrong. No matter how rotten I was. Because at the end of the day, maybe we gotta put our faith in something other than ourselves. Even if we're too stubborn to admit it.
I didn't expect you to put a lot of stock in faith.
And I didn't expect you to lose yours and keep moving. Guess we're all full of surprises, ain't we?
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that you're being genuine.
Oh, I'm always genuine. People just ain't always paying attention. For real, though, moon dust might have given me a push. Thought it'd help.
Sounds like familiar advice. Is it though? Helping?
No joke? I think so.
Then we have that in common too.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am at the Veil Containment, and you guys are probably wondering why. So, if you guys recall my previous video that took place maybe a few days ago, about a quest that we did called Parting of the Veil, where we get this brand new legendary hand cannon that we never got in Lightfall. Well, if you guys recall that quest and how I completed it, we can visit this area. This was something I did not know, and this was something that Bungie didn't inform us of any change, actually, because you can listen to these audio messages every weekly reset. This was something I guess most of the Destiny community are unaware of. I want to give full credit to this particular YouTuber because he's the one who found out how to do it, and his YouTube channel name is called, if I can look through it, is called Time Sausages Gaming Channel. So full credit goes to him because he made a video on how to get here, pretty much, which I can show you guys how, because this is so confusing. So what he said, according to his video, is that once you complete that quest, part of the Veil quest, just move your cursor down and you'll see this node here. This is what he was talking about. And then when you click on this node, you visit here. So this is something I never thought of. So again, full credit goes to Time Sausages Gaming Channel. I'll leave this channel of explaining about this in the description box below, and also his YouTube channel if you want to go and check him out. He's a great guy who covers really interesting Destiny 2 content. So, I don't know if I can get all the messages, but if I can, that's good, because it works like a weekly reset. So I'm going to mute my mic throughout this rest of this duration and let you guys hear these archive messages about the Veil.
Chioma Essie, research log, the Veil. I don't even know where to start. When we landed on Neptune, there was something waiting for us. An alien structure. It's an electromagnetic anomaly. No mass, but a tangible surface area. It's like a thesis statement to the von Neumann-Wigner hypothesis. It's definitely paracausal, like the Traveler. Maya calls it the Veil. She says she heard the name in a whisper when she looked at it. When I asked her who whispered, she said it was her own voice. I still haven't had time to process that. Everyone on the initial survey team died. The minute they touched the object, they entered a state of brain death. All of them. To make it worse, the EM radiation emitting from the Veil is causing psychological distress in the exos that came with us. They've all described moments of intense hallucinogenic reverie. Some of them went silent and rigid and just stopped. Maya called it billboarding. Something from the early days of Clovis Bray's Exomind project. She doesn't seem afraid or surprised. She's convinced this thing, in her own words, she says, it'll be our salvation.
Fascinating. This corroborates what Nezarek said, that the Veil survived Savathun's escapade. This must have been the root of Savathun's betrayal, stalling the witness's plan to buy time to counter it.
So, she stole the Veil from Nezarek?
And killed him in doing so. It explains what happened to the lunar pyramid. why it's dormant.
And what about the rest of this? What happened to the Exos? Is that what happened to all of them?
I have some theories, but it's too early. Regardless, it sounds like the Veil had an ill effect on Dr. Sandaresh. We must be cautious. Hopefully the next log we decrypt will shed more light on this enigma.
Gioma Essie, research log. The Veil. We shouldn't settle here. It's a mistake. But Maya is insistent that we have to build our long-term shelters near the Veil. We're almost done constructing an enclosure around it. Once the field emitters are up, we should at least be safe from its radiation. The Siva tech Maya had on the Exodus was a lifesaver. Not only for building the enclosure, but shelters, tools. We'd be dead without it. But it still wasn't fast enough. The last XO in our group succumbed to brain death yesterday. Maya's quarantined the bodies for study. She says our next step should be finding a way to draw power from the Veil so we're self-sufficient. I'm insisting on turbines instead. But she doesn't think that's good enough. Not for as long-term as this might be. Which, I guess. But I can't shake this feeling. Like we're making a terrible mistake.
I'm not getting a good vibe from this. Quinn says these records contradict some of her own. But there's a ton of references to Maya Sundaresh in our archives that are redacted. I'm worried, Osiris. What if everything we've been told our whole lives? What if it was all a lie?
Don't despair yet, young friend. The truth may be somewhere between these logs and what you've been told in the past. In my experience, history can be contradictory. Regardless, we won't know until we decrypt more of these logs.
Gioma Essie, incident log. The Vex.
Interesting.
6 weeks ago, our settlement came under attack by an intrusion of Vex forces. It was a test of our defenses for a larger incursion. Yesterday, scouts discovered temporarily realigned architecture just outside the stronghold limits. The Vex had retroactively inserted themselves into Neptune's history, just like they did on Venus. But unlike Venus, something stopped them short of our habitat. They had to fight their way in. I think it's the Veil. Something about the paracausal nature of the Veil is preventing their temporal excursions. But the Vex aren't giving up. They did something to Neptune's magnetic field. Wove a sim into it. A screen to isolate us. It's a double-edged sword. The Vex screen hides us from the outside world, from whatever's happened. So we're safe. Ish. But we're stuck with the Vex. Thankfully, they're slow to react, and it's giving us time to research countermeasures. It's almost our anniversary. I should do something for Maya. She'll forget. She's always so busy. Computer, prepare food synthesis. File, Gioma date night 6. Oh, and add a bottle of port.
Osiris? You alright?
Yes, I'm fine. I just, saw shadows. My choices. Saint. Dr. Sandaresh and I walked very similar paths of obsession, it seems.
Oh.
Nevertheless, it appears that Neomuna's history is deeply tied to the Vex. Hopefully the next decryption will shed more light on this.
Gioma Essie, research log. Exos. Maya and I have built a working theory around the deaths of our Exo crewmates after their exposure to the Veil. According to Maya, Exo minds contain a combination of Vex radiolaria and something known as clarity. Radiolaria are alien microorganisms living within a hive mind state. Or, I suppose more accurately, a community. Clarity is Maya described it as a paracausal power derived from an alien artifact. Something Braytech had kept secret. Something Maya thinks the Veil and this artifact are related. That the paracausal force from the Veil overloaded their exominds. Unraveled them. It's like taking a powerful magnet to an archaic magnetic storage device. Full erasure. But Maya, she thinks we can reverse engineer this phenomenon. Use it to write data to a clarity-infused object. Fabricate consciousness. Scientifically, the process seems sound, but morally... Maya keeps saying that we're past the point of morality. She said that. She's convinced that our survival hinges on mastery of the Veil. It's like she's the one unraveling. I feel like I'm losing her. But every time I try and push, I feel her move a little further away. I don't know if I can lose anything else. How much more can any of us lose before there's nothing left?
Nimbus, how much do you know about the Cloud Strider's creation? The technology used?
You don't think...
I make no assertions yet. But I worry that your neon-lit city may have darker roots than either of us knew.
Oh.
Chioma Essie, research log. Siva. Siva is a nanotech fabrication system, intended to be used by Exodus ships to rapidly build necessary resources from base matter. Maya calls it Willa Bray's obsession, without a hint of self-awareness. But we both see the potential it poses for the future. Each nanomachine in Siva's design is an independent, thinking machine, utilizing a distributed quantum network to coordinate movement. Like a mechanical version of Radiolaria. Probably where the design was inspired from, if I'm being honest. But the design can be pushed. We're looking at ways of incorporating components from disabled Vex and erased exominds. If we can insulate the nanomachines from the radiation that killed the Exos, maybe their deaths won't be for nothing.
Wait. Does this really mean I'm part Vex?
Well, it's too early to jump to these conclusions, Nimbus. But there does seem to be some connection between the Vex and the Cloud Striders. It may explain why you and the others are able to enter the Vex network without the aid of splicers.
Can I time travel?
No, let's hope not.
And that's the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and check out my YouTube channel for the latest Destiny 2 and other gaming content. And also, if you want to get notified and for extra content, you can check out my socials, which the links will be down in the description box below. That is all, my fellow Guardians. This is Delta 115, signing out.